Very special thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. Recently, MJ and I did a video discussing the incredible power that Gohan has shown in the Dragon Ball Super manga. He's explosively just insanely strong. And at the end of the last manga chapter, they teased that Gohan would be going one-on-one with either 7-9, the android alien gimmick thing, or eventually Moro. So I want to do a video discussing what Gohan's chances are against these two characters. And remember, before we go into any kind of detail with this, remember that Gohan is a very smart, very crafty guy. So even though you might be jumping and saying there's no way he can win, maybe his intelligence could win him a victory. Joining me to discuss this is MJ.
What's going on, man? And yeah, in that video, we talked about how Gohan is just an absolute beast in the manga. Don't get me wrong, he's also very strong in the anime as well, but in the manga, like we said, he stalemated and eliminated Kefla. So this guy is an absolute monster. And one thing about Moro is that he has a lot of hacks, and I think that's one thing that we have to keep in our minds when we talk about the idea of Gohan versus Moro. But before we jump into that hypothetical battle, which could happen in the upcoming chapters, so the hit lookalike, as the fandom likes to call him, right?
Well, that's what he is, man. Let's be real. He's hit with like a few modifications. I'm gonna be real with you, bro. He looks like fan art. He looks like one of those like fake images that pops up on the internet saying this is the next Dragon Ball Super villain, but it really isn't. Like we got like 3 or 4 of those when Super was on the air. He reminds me of that. Let's be real about it. He does.
I think Gohan does have a very good chance of beating this character for a couple of reasons. One, Gohan is already stated to have incredible strength. Piccolo mentions that he is the strongest on the planet if Goku and Vegeta are not there, which does put him above Android 17 and other characters alike. So he is incredibly powerful. And on top of that, Piccolo has already fought this character, so I'm pretty sure Piccolo can relay any information possible to Gohan to help him combat this character.
Not just that, but also Piccolo, when he fought 7-9 or whatever, he didn't just get stomped. Like, if it was one of those things where he would just have gotten pounded on and done nothing back, it would have been a different story. But it looks like Piccolo's strength is at least not comparable, I don't think, but I think he can hold his own, which tells me that, just like with Moro, 7-9 is also a hack character. If he can't touch the back of your neck, he can't get you. You know what I mean? And I feel like when Gohan knows that information, hopefully he'll be smart enough to figure it out. Now, it's interesting because when you look at Gohan's intellect and how smart he is as a fighter, you know, we saw some of that in the Zen exhibition matches in the anime, but those did not happen in the manga. So it makes you wonder if Toyotaro is taking Gohan in a more kind of brute strength direction as opposed to an intelligent direction. But that's not really the case, because I feel like the right way to write him is to do both. But again, I don't want to jump to conclusions because we don't know what Toyotaro is going to do. But I feel like when you compare Gohan manga to Gohan anime for Super, you know, he just did more impressive stuff. Now, the question is, could Kefla beat Moro? And I think the answer is no, but I think the reason why the answer is no is because of Moro's hacks. So I feel like when it comes to Gohan, if he can figure out a way to get around those hacks. Now, obviously, let's be real. I don't think Gohan's going to beat Moro. And the reason why I don't think that is because the arc is building up Goku and Vegeta. Goku's training with Mirrors to get the Ultra Instinct power. Yeah, and Vegeta's training to learn some secret technique from the Yard Rats. So I don't think Gohan is going to compete. I don't think he's going to beat Moro. It's just not happening. I just don't see that. But Gohan could be the character that finds a weakness in Moro and relays the information to Goku and Vegeta, or is the character who's sort of like what they did with Paikuhan against Janemba in movie 12, or what Frieza did against Broly in the Broly movie, which is they're kind of going to get beat up a little bit and be like the not the distraction character, but like the sacrificial lamb, and just get, not literally die, but get beat up by Moro until Goku and Vegeta come save the day. Now, I don't know if I want to see that again, because now we're getting to the point where that's getting a little bit old. But what are Gohan's chances here, bro? Really, what are his chances?
Let's talk about Moro real quick, because I do think Gohan has a decent chance of at least standing his ground. I don't think he's going to get washed. So, and the reason why I think that is because if you go back to the earlier chapters, so After Moro regained his youth and after he had powered up by absorbing more of the energy from planet Namek, this was after the initial battle between Goku, Vegeta, and Moro. So Goku and Vegeta, after they're healed and they're ready to go, they power up to blue and they head up into space. They're very confident in combating this newer version of Moro, even though they've already fought the older, weaker version. So you could kind of imply that Moro is kind of around blue level, maybe a tiny bit weaker, but the hacks is what gives him the advantage, right? And
yeah, he's not as physically strong as Broly and Jiren. Where nobody's saying that. He might not even be as strong as Toppo. We're talking about the hacks is how he wins.
So if Goku and Vegeta have any tiny bit of confidence against this character after they just got their butts handed to them in the previous fight and they're in their blue forms, you could kind of imply that Gohan could stand a chance physically. But again, the hacks is going to come into play, and I think eventually Moro will overwhelm Gohan, and his planet absorption abilities, his power absorption abilities, all of that is going to eventually weigh down on Gohan, and he won't be able to get the job done. Now, I do think you're right. It's going to turn into a situation like Frieza and Broly where Gohan is going to end up just biding time. But again, this is simple booking, bro. You know, this is like wrestling. Gohan, in my opinion, Gohan is going to take out 7-9. He's going to look strong there. Moro's going to show up with the rest of his goons. And then you're going to have Moro versus Gohan in a standoff. He's going to do well, not get the job done. And then either Goku or Vegeta are going to show up, you know?
Yeah, I hate to say it, but it's predictable like that. However, part of me still thinks that Toyotaro might have something else going on. Now, I think it would be something interesting if Goku and Vegeta showed up and failed and then Gohan won. I mean, what a twist that would be if Toyotaro decides to put Gohan in the forefront again, or it would be Toriyama and Toyotaro working together because they're both working on the manga together.
Right.
But at the same time, I just don't see any build up to that yet. Like if there had, like, you know, with the Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball manga, of course, the build-up to Gohan's victory over Cell had been teased from the very beginning of the Z portion. They built it up and built it up and built it up. You know, even though Toriyama was a discovery writer and didn't really write everything, you know, plan everything out, you knew he had plans for Gohan. We just didn't know how it was going to turn out until he actually executed these plans. Here, there's just no hints to it, except
not to cut you off,
count,
look at the first couple of chapters with Vegeta. Like, they acknowledged that hybrids and Gohan himself was just incredible, you know, and they pondered the idea of a Super Saiyan, you know, so.
Right. But also, what I was going to say was the only tease I can think of is what they did with Terminate Power Gohan, which we talked about in the last video, how this might have been something that Toyotaro might be kind of brewing with, but I just don't see it because Ultra Instinct is a force that cannot be reckoned with, at least the way that's being portrayed in Super. Forget Heroes, because it's kind of annoying, but Super has portrayed it as the ultimate trump card now, so I don't see Goku losing. However, I could see a situation where it's a situation where maybe you have Goku, Vegeta, and Gohan working together, and like I said, maybe Gohan is the character that discovers Moro's weakness, relates to Goku and Vegeta, and then the three of them can get together and actually win. To me, I would like to see that because we haven't really seen Goku, Vegeta, and Gohan as a threesome working together. Working together as a threesome, by the way. Don't get excited, people out there. We're talking about in a fight here. I'm sure you can find that fan art somewhere out there somewhere, but I don't want to look that up. I don't want to look that up right now. So, but anyways, I derailed the whole video there. No, but we've seen them work together like in the Plan to Eradicate OVA. We've seen that, but you know, Trunks was involved, but just the three of them would be great. We saw Goku, Vegeta, and Trunks working together in the Trunks arc, so why not have Goku and Vegeta and Gohan working together here? I could see that, but I just really don't want to see Gohan get squashed by Moro again, dude. I'm tired of seeing Gohan be the setup guy. It would be better if he was like somewhat the setup guy, but he still had a factor in the final victory, whatever that may be.
No, I agree with that. I feel like if he were to battle Moro and he actually finds a weakness and they're able to get that information to Goku and Vegeta, I think that would be very beneficial. I think that could actually turn the tide, if you will, you know, so. And
it would at least give Gohan something to do. So let us know in the comments section any thoughts you may have, at least on Gohan's role in this arc. Is it going to be the setup guy again? I hope it's not. I hope he does something cool and interesting. I actually want to see Gohan versus 7-9 more than I want to see Gohan and Moro, because I know what's going to happen there. At least I think I know. And let us know in the comments. MJ, do you have any other thoughts or anything?
No, I agree. I feel like 7-9 versus Gohan is more interesting. Maybe Toyotaro can put some more shine on that character, and maybe we can get an all-out battle there. But with Moro, it does seem that's going to be Goku and Vegeta's final standoff, and Gohan may just end up being the setup guy, but hopefully we're wrong.
Fantastic. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Thank you again. Check out MJ, and we'll talk soon. Once again, a special thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. If you want to build a website, it's very time consuming and in some ways frustrating, but Squarespace makes it easy for you to build a website no matter what your end goal might be. Whether you want to do it just for fun or if you want to actually use your website to create a profitable business venture, Squarespace has you covered. You can buy the domain directly from Squarespace, choose from tons of award-winning templates, and even embed videos into your website as well. Go to squarespace.com/geekdom101 to get a free trial and 10% off your first purchase. Try it today.